Good morning, guys. I wanted to talk with you very briefly about a topic that the Lord had laid in my spirit, and it's called Beware of the Autopilot of the Flesh. What does that mean? Beware the autopilot of the flesh. What it simply means is we need to be aware of a lot of the things that we are doing, things that we do as Christians that become habit. Simply that. I think we are all creatures of habit. We can say that, unequivocally, because we have a way that when we wake up in the morning, we do certain things out of habit. You may get up, you make your bed, you go to the bathroom, you wash your face, brush your teeth. Whether you get your clothes ready that morning, you get it ready the night before, while you watch a particular show. Let's say you watch the news while you're getting your clothes ready. You eat at 6, you eat at 5, however you do it. You take a particular route, you pack your bag a particular way, you use a specific bag for lunch, if that's applicable. You have a particular breakfast that you like to pack and to eat, and same thing, you may take a certain route to and from work. We are creatures of habit. If we truly pay attention to our lives, we realize that we are creatures of habit. So what I'm saying is, beware the autopilot of the flesh as Christians, which means there are things that we're doing simply out of habit without truly being connected to the Lord. Okay, so you can be, let's say this, for example, I do these posts and these videos. Well, I always have to make sure that I'm not just getting up here doing a video and getting up here and talking, because what I realize, your flesh can get in sync with what it is that you're in habit of doing for the Lord. It's like, okay, let's do it, but you're doing it. But number one, did you spend time in the presence of the Lord before you went ahead and did whatever it is? Let's say that you're a person that, okay, you go to choir rehearsals. You may just really just be going to choir rehearsal. You just think about, but you're not thinking in yourself, okay, this is something that I'm doing for the Lord. You're not looking at how you're living, how you're doing things, how you're conducting yourself, knowing that you are considered a Levite, which is a Levite are the singers and the musicians. How am I living my life as a Levite, as a person who is about to minister before the people? What do I have going on within me spiritually? Am I right with God? Have I prayed? Do I spend time? What you do is, no, you just go to choir rehearsals, whether that's on a Thursday, a Saturday, whenever it is. You're creatures of habit. You hurry up and you may pray real quick, and you're doing the actions of prayer, but out of habit you may do it and you're just on your way. You're not waiting to hear from God. You're not waiting to hear what he has to say to you. So be mindful of that you don't get into that creatures of habit. Oh, we're going to church, we're going to Wednesday night Bible study, but you're just doing things out of habit, but you truly are not connected to Christ. You're truly not going to Bible study because you're excited to hear about what the Lord has through the man or woman of God to say to you, and that you're going to, how many of you, when you go to Bible study, okay, and I'm not knocking anyone, church or Bible study, how many of you take notes? Because really, you will forget as soon as you hear. You're going to remember pieces of it. And remember, when we get the word, it's going to fall on good ground. It may, fall within the thorns and the bristles. The birds may come to get it. The enemy comes quickly to get what it is that has been placed in you. So how many of you just get a notebook, have a notepad that you can write down what the man or woman of God is saying, so you can go home and meditate on it later? Okay, or maybe you use your recorder on your phone. I don't take my phone into church, but if you do, you take your phone into church so that you can maybe get the record app so that you record what is being preached, so you can listen to it and hear something. Because if really you hear at that moment, but whether it's the excitement of the service or something's going on or somebody's baby crying or whatever it may be, you don't hear it all. So how many of us are going in for that? Creatures of habit, right? Are you doing things, the things of God, because you're like, Lord, I want what you have to say. I want what you have for me. I want to hear from you, God. Who can I go out and witness to and do these things for? You want to make sure, just in everything that you're doing, that you're always going back to the common denominator of Christ, and that everything that you're doing, you're not just doing it. Your body just does stuff. If you share a post, if you are a person that you always put stuff up about God, Where are you getting that from? Think about it. Have you been in prayer? Did God lay it on your heart? And when he lays it on your heart, was you for you to quickly go post it, or something maybe to meditate on, right? So just let us all make sure as men and women of God that whatever it is that we are doing, whatever it is that we're putting our hands to do, that we're just not doing it out of habit. How can we ensure that? Well, one of the things that you need to do is to make sure before you really do a lot of things that you're spending time in the presence of the Lord, that you're giving him, before you put a post up, before you do a video, before you're running to do anything, before you start your day, before you set your hands to do anything, ensure that you have spent time in his presence. If you got before him, not to hurry up and pray and get that off your checklist, but that you go before him to pray, to spend time in his presence, that you've worshiped, and that you're in his word and not trying to read something real quick to hurry up, because we're all been guilty of that, right? But it's very important that you ensure that you are connected to Christ, and that everything that you do, that it, especially when you're doing things, claiming and saying this is from God, that he's in it, and that you're just not doing something out of habit. Our flesh is very sneaky. Remember, in our flesh dwells no good thing. And so therefore it will just adapt and go along with whatever it is that you have been doing, or whatever you're in the habit of doing. But it will just get on in there, and it's just going. And then you're thinking it's still going in the ways of Christ with you, right? But you will know, here's the key of how you're going to know certain things. What do you like by yourself? How much time do you spend in prayer? How much time do you spend? Well, not how much time do you spend, because we know there's no I'm going to spend. Do you set a time to go before the Lord? Not how much time. Is there a set time to get in the presence of the Lord to pray? Is there a time that you set and you say, this is my time with God, to hear from God, not to talk and to say what I want, but to pray and to sit and to meditate and to hear God? And if you can say, well, I don't have time for that, then trust and know that it's very possible that your flesh is simply going on autopilot. It is just doing the things that it's doing things out of habit, but there is no substance to it. Meaning there's no connection. All right? It's just like people that are married. They can do all the habits and the little things that married people do together, but they are not connected. They're like one step from a divorce, right? So they can take care of the children, they can do the house, the bills, the mortgage, whatever it may be that they do, taking care of the children, but they are not connected. They simply have the title of husband and wife, and they know what to do each and every day. They know they're gonna cook, they're gonna eat, they're gonna do whatever, they're gonna eat out this day, blah, 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 blah. But they have no connection. They're simply on autopilot. So guys, let's make sure that everything that we do with the Lord, we do a self-check. This goes for myself as well. Before even coming up to do a video, I'm like, spending time in the presence of the Lord, hearing from God, hearing from him before I get up here and post and say anything. All right. So have a good day, and I may be coming back with another video, but we'll see how that goes for today. All right. Have a great day. Bye.